And we are live. Welcome, everybody. I ended up throwing on this sweater. I'm freezing for some reason. Is it cold there too?
It's feels a little damp, but no.
Okay. Yeah, maybe it's the dampness. Anyway, welcome to Tutu. Did you wear your tutu? I'm pleased to be here. We weren't able to make it last month, and JJ and I love doing the show. And today we're celebrating, I guess. And I realized it was 22226 if you add it. Look at all the twos that are in there. And of course, two is six is divisible by two. Does that sound right? Yeah. So it's really, yeah, I know, math and me, you know. But yeah, so we're here to talk about the energies of the day, ways you can transmute them, and other minutia that may come up as we chat. So yeah.
That's a great say, I mean, that's a great word. I was thinking, like, what could that be a name of? But that's the word that came out. Minutia.
I love the word minutia, which is just small things that come up, you know? So yeah. So Annie's here and Anya's here, and we have Robert, Nita. Nice to see you all. And Sarah's here. Linda's here. TW's here. I'm sure we'll get some more folks coming in. We got 11 people. 11 is a great number. So, oh, Annie, you're on your third painting. She was painting while I was on with Kelly, and now she's on her. You know what? If the inspiration comes, you got to grab it when it's there. So good for you, girl. Yeah, yeah. So backstage, I started to talk about something I found today, and JJ and I had a little chat about it, and so I'm going to bring it up, and we'll talk about it a little bit. So we are all a link in the same chain, and I love that. And then I said, there is a theory called the Great Chain of Being that came out in the medieval times, and it was God, angels, man, animals that goes down from there, and there's a lot of symbology. But I just thought, well, that's an interesting topic. So you go for it, JJ. Tell us about the rusty one.
The rusty one. We were talking, and in explaining like how the chains work, and I was like, oh, maybe we could talk about like your individual chain, like who's in your life, and is there one that's rusty and squeaky and annoying? And so it's like, do you get to decide, like, do I take the time to like WD-40 that, or or do I just remove that one? And it's really, I really like looking at things from a different perspective, because it's easier for my brain to comprehend things that way. And just seeing like who is in who's on your chain in your life, and kind of like, I'm getting the feeling of like you're courteous to some people in your life that really don't support you. And you really want to have the people in your life that support you. I know that they can't all be like that, have,
right,
like coworkers and family members.
I was thinking as you're talking, of course, this happens. You and I have these things pop in our head, but I'm thinking also, what do you put on a chain? Sometimes you put a little pendant on a chain, or you may have like when I was a kid, we used to have charms on the chain, and if one falls off, it's very depressing, but the links don't always work. It depends on how cheap the chain is and whether or not it opens up and breaks. Yeah. So, but then again, when I'm thinking of a chain, when I first read this, I thought of a small chain. I didn't feel like it was a heavy chain, but then I thought about Jacob Marley in Scrooge. Remember, he wore the chains of life, and they were these really hard, he dragged them around. They were huge.
Yeah.
They were huge, weighing him down. So maybe those links to those chains need to drop off in some cases, because we're looking for a relationship with people that support us. And if they're dragging us down, that's not supportive. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in. I see you, Sharon Foster. Thank you, Jenny. Hi, Nat. It's wonderful to see you all here. Yeah. So yeah, we're talking about the all links in a chain, all links in a chain. And but today we're talking also about the core energy of two. And actually that fits well into this chain of being because it's all about relationship. And I know that how we pull ourselves together in relationships where one says I am, two says I am in relation to. So all of us are in that chain in relation to others. Remember, you're in one little link and the chain is continuous. So you've got people down this end of the chain and this end of the chain. And even though you don't agree and you're not connected directly next to each other, you're still making that that great chain of all of us. So I am in relation to balance and harmony, receptivity. Two is not a passive number, it's responsive. So, if you're in relationship, we can be in relationship to anything, our children, our spouse, our friends, our home. It just, there's so much to it. And two energy also works as a spiritual teacher where we stay open without losing ourselves and we listen without absorbing. We love without merging or disappearing into somebody.
Oh my God, that's a hard one for me.
It is hard. It's not just you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. And I think we learn that over time. The hardest thing, I think, for me when I was studying the Buddhism stuff was that nothing is permanent, which I already knew. But the fact that you're not supposed to become attached to anything. And while that is, I've been able to compartmentalize that in some way, but it's hard when you have children. You're attached to them. Your pets, you're attached to them. Your husband, whatever, your friends, and yet it causes suffering by remaining attached. So it's kind of a conundrum in some ways.
It's so funny. Like you're like, nothing's permanent. And I'm like, but what about a Sharpie marker?
Your guides are being very playful today, and I love it. Yeah. Yeah. Sharpie markers do have to be replaced every once in a while. I don't know. Maybe you're not. Are you hoarding your markers so that you won't lose the full capacity?
Oh my God. I was okay. So I have glasses on, right? Reading glasses.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
so I got this stuff to put together to make like a cabinet or whatever. And so it shows up and everything is labeled perfectly. There's like a million things, but it's all labeled perfectly. And it's like the label is like this big, and you have to
How
find
can you see it?
you have to find like what side it's on, and it's just like I have like, I don't know, I have this thing where even if I read like on the back of the box like how long to do something, I completely forget that I have to check it again. So it's like I got kind of motion sickness being like, okay, looking at the paper, looking for the circle, and so I got masking tape and a Sharpie marker. So I just I took the time to make like all of the numbers like really big so I could see, right?
Yeah.
And I was telling my mom like how smart I was doing that. It's like that I realized that it was a dry erase marker.
Oh no. Oh, JJ, you just then that would be your third time you'd have to make. That's great.
It all worked out, but
yeah,
it wasn't permanent.
Absolutely.
And I was waiting for it to dry before I put another thing on top of it.
I know, and you're like, when you go to do it, what the hell? It's all on my hand. Oh God, that's so funny. That's so funny. Hi, Richie. Hi, Jules. Hi, Gray. Thanks for being here. Hi, Terry, Rossi. Sharon says she keeps hearing the song Chain Gang.
That's what was in my head. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He watched a bunch of prisoners and contemplated how it would be toiling all day in and out, like until it reached number 2. Oh my God, it reached 2 on the charts. There we go. The chain and number 2 come together for us all here. Wow. And Sharpie pens that you didn't have. Oh, that's great. That's great. 2 in a canoe is plenty. Absolutely. That's even pushing it, isn't it? Yeah. That's pushing it sometimes. At school, you wrote on the whiteboards with permanent marker. Uh-oh. That's another thing. You could do that and you're, oh boy. Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh my. Yeah. Oh. So 2 holds polarity without collapse. That sounds about right. Because you've got, if you're balanced, then you don't, both sides, you don't have a collapse. Stay open without losing yourself. And it's the alchemy of both and light and shadow, self and other, and human and divine. It's all about the balance, I think. The shadow is over accommodating, losing yourself in a relationship, people pleasing, wanting instead of choosing, and confusing intuition with emotional absorption. What's mine to hold and what isn't? What do I let go of? So it's discernment that we're trying to learn here in a 2 shadow. I can find myself over accommodating, and I won't say I lose myself necessarily in a relationship, but I just have always been that person that if I, would you like a Coke or would you like some water? And I don't like Coke and I don't want any water. Well, do you like orange juice? I want to make the accommodation for them. And yeah, it's difficult to make balance. Yeah, 2 is balance. Ray, what is it that you want to figure out, honey? Let me go back. I want to accommodate you just as I see you. You wanted to know what the topic was for today. Is that what it was? Yeah. Okay. So we're talking about the energies of 2-2 and not the kind the ballerina wears. So I hope that makes sense. Yeah. But if you want to talk about that, that's okay too. So here's what's powerful for us if we're interested in gathering that power. Because 2 shows up repeatedly in this date, it amplifies your soul contracts and your karmic meetings. So there's something going, you can work on that and you can make some progress. It talks about relationship recalibration. I think a lot of people feel like they go along in any relationship. I don't care if it's friendship or parent-child or the significant other. And everything seems to be going okay. We're not tearing each other's hair out or anything like that. But we have sort of taken that relationship for granted. It's like, yeah, you're there, good morning. I see you every day. Okay. Hi. And sometimes that, so this is saying that we need to recalibrate and perhaps, I don't know, show attention to, reconsecrate. And that may be taken in several ways. So.
My gosh, Annie's living 2-2 today. A previously estranged brother and I are going for a walk. Recalibration.
Wow. Fabulous. We will hold space for you, dear. We will. Absolutely. I had one of those. I had a 14-year estranged brother. I mean, right after my dad died until 14 years later. And I think we recalibrated as best we could. And, sometimes that's just enough, just walking and sharing space with him is very powerful for you because you're spiritual for sure. But wow.
I like the idea of going going for a walk with. You know, we just finished up. Aley had this amazing class. I totally recommend it for anybody. It was a journaling class, which I'm not very good at journaling, but I loved the class and found out I am good at journaling. um, but it was about concerning alchemy and and prompts to write in the journal, and I kind of feel like, what do you want to go? What do you want to go for a walk with? A
Hmm.
prompt, like, so today you say it's like it amplifies. I think you said soul contracts, or amplifies, like, um, maybe our purpose,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so if you were going to go for a walk with your purpose or your soul contract, like, what would you ask it? And I
Yeah.
would probably ask it for, because it's not something I do often, but maybe ask for clarity,
Hmm.
on the soul contract, because I can get lost in, tasks and family and
Hmm.
animals. And so a lot of times I don't focus on me.
Right.
Um, and so I kind of love that as a prompt, like going for a walk with, what kind
Yeah.
of conversation. Yeah.
Yeah. Walking hand in hand with clarity and purpose,
Yeah.
allowing whatever is to come in and allowing what needs to leave to go.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Ram Dass used to say, we're all just walking ourselves I'm sorry, we are all just walking each other home.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't he beautiful? He was a beautiful man. And, we just, we live on this earth really for such a short time. I was reflecting on that last night, and not in a macabre way or anything, but just in the idea that how did I get to this age already? Or where did all that time go? And did I use it all effectively? Not that I had to be using it at the
Mhm.
time. Like yourself, you're raising kids, you have animals to tend to, you have other things to do.
Yeah.
And I don't think we spend enough time walking ourselves and contemplating anything for ourselves until we're sort of knocked over the head. And then we still forget later.
It's
We have
so
to do
funny.
it all over again.
It's so funny you said knocked over on the head, as if my eyeballs were going yes and no. I have a yes and no. And it's just like I was actually asking a question because I felt some pain right here. It's not like here, but it was
Okay.
outside,
All
and
right.
it's just like, hey, I have this pain here that you said, like, getting knocked in the head. So I was just wondering if anybody has something like that going on in the community right now. If you have like it's
Yeah.
an annoying pain in the head. So if you have that, just let me know. And
Yeah. 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 Absolutely.
that was an interesting lineup.
It was. It
Yeah.
was.
And Allie, you have so many students here from your class.
I know. I know. I'm so
Yeah.
glad to see everybody. I mean, we had 12 beautiful women in the class, and it was magical. And I think that what before we left, JJ said, I feel like I could take this class again and learn something different. And I said, absolutely,
I just
because
got
that's the way it works. And it depends on the synergy and the energy of the group and how things are met by each individual as well. So, yeah, your guys do that. They knock you on the head, Rossi. All right. And Nat says sharp pains from time to time, JJ.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Annie, I love this. Thank you for this. Walking each other home. We are only physical for a time. We will be looking back with kinder eyes. So let us be kind now. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yes. I hope so, Jules.
Yeah.
Probably later in the spring, I may redo it. I don't know. I'll let you guys certainly know. And
What's the next one coming up again?
I'm teaching a class in March for 4 weeks, either on I have two loaded up. I have one on Sunday and I have one on Wednesday because
Okay.
some people can't do the weekend. But it's ancestral healing And we're actually going to be using Mari Silver's book, and it's called Ancestral Healing Karma.
Okay.
And we're going to be working with trying to heal the line of ancestral stuff. And I had chronicled in a short that I did, or a small, about ancestral healing of my mother's line. And I figured out what happened and why it happened and that kind of thing. So the more you know, you don't have to know anything, but the more you know, the more you might be able to clear or figure out your own line. But this is also an oracle deck I found, which is Ancestral Healing Oracle. I haven't opened it yet, and it isn't required, but it might be fun. So anyway.
Yeah. Is that up to sign up for yet?
Yeah, it's on the website. Yeah.
Okay. I'm doing that. I'm going to do every Aley class I can.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh my gosh. It was just so fantastic. And like the people who showed up, like I was telling my husband, it's like the last day, I'm just like, everybody was sharing something that had something to do with my life, and it was like, oh my God, these are all pieces of me, like what you said, we're all in the chain. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what I think is best is if you have something that you feel like, oh, I'm the only one that has ever gone or done anything like whatever. And then people start saying, oh, I used to bite my nails to the quick and whatever it is. And it's like, oh, good. Because you have something there that you have in common, and you're not a weirdo. You weren't before you knew, but now you know. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. And Annie, I am thrilled with this, and I am planning to do a dream class at some point. I've done one or two before, but I love that you're writing down your dreams, and I love that you're getting your dreams. And people who can't remember their dreams, if you come to this show on Tuesday nights, you'll start figuring things out and remembering your dreams. Wow. So, yeah, it's really important to, feel that way. Oh, you had a shingle shot, honey. I'm so sorry. This is outbreak. Yeah. Well, you had to take care of yourself, Rossi. We did miss you though, but yeah. So along with what you're saying, and that class could be an example, is what you meet is not separate from you. There's that chain thing again. The energy of two arrives as a mirror, not to confuse you, but to reveal you. It shows up through people, tensions, longings, and quiet reactions you didn't expect to have. Notice what stirs when another enters your field, not to judge it, not to spiritualize it, but to sit with it. Sit with it. So the alchemy of two is not separation, it's conscious meeting. Ooh. It happens whenever you say these things. This feeling is real, this person is real, and I don't need to collapse them into me. And so it's mature intimacy and spiritual sovereignty.
Wow.
I know. And the most of us get married or have a relationship when we're in our, at least by our 20s, 30s. If you get married when you're younger, you're marrying the younger version of yourself and your spouse. And we have to expect that that's going to alchemize. And sometimes it alchemizes and people go in a different direction and it's not working anymore. And of course, we've seen that many times. But sometimes it's just adapting to the fact that this person is now this person, but this person's still within them.
Yeah.
They're still part of what you started out with.
Yeah. A really beautiful exercise. It was actually one of the, it's a difficult one for me, but so I was thinking of this exercise because you were like looking in the mirror as a reflection. And I wonder what it would be like to see ourselves. Like, there's so many different layers to us, what you're saying. Like, we have the
Mhm.
little us, we've got the teenager in us. And so if we just imagined that we were coming upon this mirror, um, not to see ourselves as we are right now and to judge anything,
Mhm.
or be displeased by or excited about anything. It's just observation. And so if you're walking up to this mirror, what does the mirror look like? Does it have a frame? What does the frame look like? And you just
Mm.
do a little investigation about the mirror. And I'm even getting that some people might have one of those, like the ancient mirrors, that kind of looks like there's cobwebs on it or something,
That's
Is
what I got when you were describing it. I was seeing this old mirror.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And it can even be, yeah, it's like a reflective type thing. Like, I know that obsidian, I have this obsidian golden sheen, and that was used for mirrors and reflections. And it can even be a mirror of water, whatever it is, but actually just stepping up to see, the different chains of you personally, and not who's in your life, but just look at the chains of you. And one thing that you said, Aley, that I wrote down was, I am a little link in the chain of life. And thinking of us right now, it's like I am just a link in, you know, the story, in the different links of your story, and
Mhm.
just really witnessing. And you can even like send love into the mirror as your image changes. Like, where do you want to start seeing yourself in the mirror? Do you want to see it in a cosmic, energetic way? Do you want to see yourself as a color, your inner child, to check in with your inner child? There's so many things, maybe seeing you as an elder, uh,
Mhm.
you know,
Mm.
seeing yourself even in past lives. I mean, the idea of this can be all sorts of fun things.
It really can. And I remember being a teenager and I had a really bad flu or something. I was really out of it. It was bad.
Yeah.
And I had to go to the bathroom, and I went to the bathroom, and then I went to wash my hands, and there's a mirror. And I
Mhm.
looked in the mirror, and it wasn't me looking back.
Yeah.
And I had a high fever at the time. And I
Yeah.
thought, what's going on now as an adult, realizing what's going on is that all of this fell. And I saw either myself in a past life or
Yeah.
that person that is sort of underneath that. But I remember going, Mom,
Mhm.
I saw someone else in the mirror, and she's like, you're fine, honey. We'll put a compress on. We'll try to bring this fever down.
Mhm.
And I think back on it, it only happened once in my life, but it was amazing when I look back on it. It was
Yeah.
just that as a young 14, 15-year-old, I was scared because I didn't get it at the time. But
Yeah.
so what's underneath this
Yeah, the
that
facade.
the mirror can catch in certain ways?
Yeah, kind of like the outside of you is home, and like
Yeah,
open a door into your heart space,
right.
uh, and walk in, and it's just like welcome home. And
Yeah.
I love the idea too of, so if you're looking in the mirror at whatever part or piece of you that you're looking at, I see us handing a flower through the mirror, and
Yeah.
just being like, you know what, I see you and I love us, and
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah,
carry on.
carry on. And it's
Yeah.
almost like that relationship between the outside and the inside. So we can have relationship, of course, with ourselves, and that isn't a one, it's a two,
Hmm.
because we're balancing both male and female energies as well. So
Mhm.
there's that two there. It's me. I guess maybe you could call it meeting your soul.
Yeah.
Meeting, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Wouldn't that be fun to be able to do all the time if you wanted to?
Yeah, that's what I wrote down. I wrote,
Mhm.
please to meet me. pleased to meet me. And it's like the reflection of the mirror or the water, and
Mhm.
whatever
Mhm.
kind of reflection
That's
that
right.
feels right for you. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's powerful stuff. I mean, it really is. If you can get that esoteric and you can look at it in that way. And sometimes it just takes an experience like what happened to me to make me realize there's more than what, this is all an illusion. And maybe this is more reality, even though mirrors are artificially made for the most part, or made from when they were made from stone and other things before.
And
Um,
I'm actually really, I'm really judgy. I'm coming to find out, judgy of myself, and yeah, I'm really
uh-huh.
judgy. So the idea of just meeting myself in the mirror
Mhm.
and handing
Mhm.
a flower and just, like,
Yeah.
oh, you're me and I'm you,
Yeah.
and here's a flower, and
With the
that's it.
flower.
Yeah.
And just remember me on those days when you think you're alone, because you're not. You're not
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, we're in
Um,
this together.
yeah. And there are many pieces that connect some of us to. I mean, we really are. We come here and we buy into the feeling of separation. And so it's really hard when that separation occurs and people are diametrically opposed to our belief system, which we know that happens quite a bit.
Mhm.
and and in order to, you have to look at what part of yourself are you seeing in this that you say you would never be.
Yeah.
Would there ever be a situation where you possibly could be this? And I I hope not. I hope I don't have to be like that. I hope that's never a decision I have to make. But you're looking at yourself. It's just maybe the shadow or the part of yourself that reflects the humanity, the division in humanity, and we'd love to see it all come back into one unification. But
Bye, Annie. Happy walking.
bye, sweetheart. Mary says, I used to belong to a woo-woo class. I love it. In the 90s. And we used to practice looking in the mirror. And after some time of staring like meditation, we would see several different people.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's for me it works when there's like a low light.
Mm-hmm.
Has to be
Mm-hmm.
a candle, or if there's a light out in the hallway and I close the door just a little bit in the bathroom, but um
Mm-hmm.
I stopped looking people in the eye because there are some people I would be talking to and their face would just disappear, and I'm just like,
In the mirror. In the mirror.
no, I would be talking
Oh,
to, if
oh,
I were
okay.
talking to you,
Yeah.
just in person to person, and
And
then
it
all
made
of
you
a
uncomfortable. Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden, like, your face would disappear, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know
Mm.
if I'm into that.
Yeah, I understand. No,
Yeah.
you could probably get really. I remember this one man I met in my life, and he was my neighbor. And the minute I met him, I knew he was odd. Let's put it that way.
Mhm.
And he would talk to you, but he would go say he's talking to you, and he's going like, "Yeah," he's not ever looking at you, ever looking at you. And I thought, what is he hiding? It was very creepy to me that this
Yeah.
man was like this. He didn't have to stare me in the eye, but when he's looking over here and he's I'm over here, it's like,
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
it's just really strange.
Mm.
You would do that as a child whenever you had to do the dishes. The sink was under. Oh,
Yes.
for
Yes.
the night dishes, yes, like
Mhm.
the sunset. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, that's something else that came up when you were talking about um, the the connection of the chain.
Mhm.
Um, Sometimes we have self-imposed chains, and I think I talked a little like the Jacob Marley. Those were thick chains and very impenetrable, so to speak. Um, but there are other chains that we have. I want to call them like obligation chains that weigh us down. And, you can't have, for instance, a 5-year-old child and say, well, I'm going to go out to go shopping and go to the movies and I'll see you in 3 hours and leave the kid alone. I mean, it's not a chain. But it is a chain in a lot
Mm.
of ways. So we know all that stuff, but I think we still carry some chains that perhaps from youth or something we picked up and we're still carrying them
The
around.
charms. The charms that
Yeah.
aren't so charming.
This is the time I went to Niagara Falls in 1968, and this is the time. Yeah, yeah,
And this
yeah.
is the charm of when I fell in the auditorium during a speaker, and
That's
everybody
right.
looked
And
at me.
laughing at me because they saw my underpants. Yes. There was this kid that was in second grade with me, and we had the merry-go-round, that you have to push it and go around. And it was
Yeah.
an old merry-go-round, and he jumped on it and he got a splinter in his butt cheek.
Oh,
And it was big. I mean, we didn't see it, of course, but
yeah.
I know it was a big splinter, and he had to have it removed in the teacher's room.
Dude, that's embarrassing.
It's awful. You don't forget that. I mean, I didn't forget it. Didn't happen to me, and I still remember it. But I remember I'll never do that because that's what happened to Gordon. So, so it's months between when you look in the mirror. Maybe I should go and give it a try. You don't look people in the eye until you were in your 20s. You didn't want to see people. You didn't want people to see inside you.
Yeah,
That's confidence, isn't it?
yeah, and I really felt like the eyes were a portal.
They are.
Yeah, and that's why, and it's true. It's just like I didn't really want to, without permission, like if somebody's face was disappearing and they didn't know it, it's just like that's kind of I just didn't really
Did
feel
it
comfortable.
frighten you?
When it happened in the mirror with myself, and then I would see like a lion or the eyes kind of sometimes stayed the same and everything else changed. But in the beginning, it did scare me, and then the vision would go away, and then I would try again. And
Wow.
yeah, I think if I were to do that again, I would just be like, call in like the 4 pillars of protection or
Right, because you know
anything
what you know more
yeah,
now. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
anything that comes up, I would be like, for my best and highest good, and just
Mhm.
kind of set myself up so I wouldn't be shocked.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And I'm thinking that I think there's a lot of people that they call it glitching now,
Yeah.
that people can see extraterrestrials for who they are
Oh, yeah.
and yeah, yeah. And I imagine that some of that is pretty scary when people see that, that have no understanding because they have no knowledge in that area. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, like that movie that you see clips of all the time where they put the glasses on and they can see
yeah, yeah.
what they truly are. Yeah.
And well, an old fashioned way of looking at yourself or someone else is the beautiful story, the portrait of Dorian Gray. And if you haven't ever seen the movie, it's very interesting. And what he did was he sort of made a bargain with the devil in a way. And he ends up staying young his whole life. He looks like he's 25 his whole life. And then you go up in the attic, and the picture of Dorian Gray that was made at 25 is all old and all the hatred and the malice and it's amazing. And it's probably in black and white now, but it's like they hid themselves for who they truly were. It's like a bargain with the devil in a way.
Yeah.
But that's never gonna, that's who they really are inside of them. So
So
yeah.
the black and white movies, I was just thinking of like the silent movies. And that's like another thing I would think of my life, just to like see it with no sound, just to see
Yeah.
how a situation would be with no sound.
It's really kind of fun. I don't know how I fell into it, but I ended up finding in the 1930s, they made these movies, black and white movies called Barkies. And they were the dog version of silent movies. And you got the dog at the table dressed like a grandma, and and it's quite funny. I sent it to my kids because we used to do that, but it was a lot of fun. Mary, I can't believe that your friend went to take a piss and got a piece of grass stuck in her urethra. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That would be very, very painful.
So painful.
Very, very bad. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the book is good too. Yes, if you like reading over watching it, they're probably, knowing how they remake movies all the time. Wouldn't be surprised if they remade that at some
Yeah.
point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rossi says, I think the glitching is that they go to a higher vibration and we're able to see the galactics. And yeah, I love the idea of that.
And they have to come down in vibration to be seen by humans. I would have thought they were higher in vibration. Well, no, you're right. No, what am I saying? They have to come down to 3D, basically, is what you're saying, or 4. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. That really makes a lot of sense.
You know, on a random note, a JJ
Yeah.
side, whatever. So I was just saw this like little blip. It was like an ad for the TV show there, Gaia, or the program, and it was that Sasquatch were the original Homo erectus. And I'm like, how come I never put two and two together? Because yeah, they kind of look like what we portray as caveman. And I'm like, why did I never think of that like as an idea or a thought or a possibility? Like they're like the untampered us.
Version. Yeah.
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 Before there was some DNA, you know.
Imagine how much they smell. Imagine how smelly. I heard you can smell them far,
Yeah.
far away. My nephew saw one up on the border of Washington and Canada.
Yeah.
And I don't know too much more about it, but I did hear that he actually believes it now. I think some people have to believe it to see it, you know? So,
I think sometimes too that somebody would see it and not even remember that they saw it because it's just like it's hard for our brain to process that.
Yeah. Well, it is, especially if you have no knowledge of anything, if you've never really heard about it before. But
I
so
love books.
I'm sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut
Mary
you.
was just talking about the Clan of the Cave Bear. I loved those books.
Yeah, Keith read them all. He thought they were wonderful. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I think you can get the picture of, but if the link doesn't work, all right. You know what? I bet if you go to what do you call it? If you have Prime, Amazon Prime, they might have it. I don't know, but it should be on YouTube. It's funny. So let's talk just a minute about integration, because I kind of brought that up with the twos. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to integrate the angry people that are, killing people and doing what they're doing. But I have to look at that side of myself and make a conscious choice. And it says here, what am I meeting through the other right now? Whether you're physically meeting them or you've just, like you and I have met here if we just met for the first, what are we meeting with each other? Or what part of me wants recognition and not resolution? And I think that there are some people who, and I think it might have happened to most of us. You go into a group of people and nobody acknowledges you. Has that ever happened to you? Like maybe even in high school? It's like, oh, there's that girl. Yeah. And Keith is in a group of whistleblowers, the red whistleblowers for this thing. And he's helping with training and he does all this stuff. And I'm glad he's doing something. And he says, every time he says anything, people just look at him.
Yeah.
And that happens to me. That used to happen to me at the faculty meetings because I'm part-time. So she's not that valuable, and it's really, what am I meeting? Am I meeting myself? Would I be that way if I was in their shoes? And I think, maybe it's showing me you're better than not better, but you're more integrated than you think you are.
I think it just starts with like our reflection of ourselves. And like if somebody was just shaking their head looking at you, it's like at least they were
true.
At least they were listening, and it's just like sometimes that's how that goes. And it's hard to not take that stuff personally, or
It is.
or
It
get
is.
frustrated. And
Yeah. Yeah.
but you know what? I'm not a fan of like when there's something that's just really bothering me, and I'm just like, oh, why is that person like that? You know? And then I absolutely 100% know that there is a part of that that I need to look at with myself.
Sure.
And I'm just like, oh, I'm
Yes.
like, oh,
Yes.
what is that about me? And I'm like, here we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's, you know, it's a mirror for what we need to look at in ourselves. But sometimes I think it's also a mirror to reflect back what we don't want to do, what we
Yeah.
never want to do.
Yeah. Like give it back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm not going to
And
absorb.
that's
Yeah.
bite your tongue, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Um,
Hmm.
oh, Jenny says her boyfriend's brother and two other guys, deputies in the county, were chased out of the woods by a Bigfoot.
Hmm.
One guy lived in the area and sold his home and moved.
Yeah.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Wild
Uh-huh.
Lilac asked Bigfoots are ET, and I'm in this theory that I was talking about.
Mhm.
They were the original inhabitants here.
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm.
like that's it's Homo
But they
erectus.
could be of ET origin,
Yeah,
right?
it could be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So there's
I
that
don't I
duality.
don't
Yeah. Yeah.
subscribe to
I
the
know.
Gaia channel. I broke up with the Gaia channel a long
Oh,
time
you did?
ago because
Okay.
they made me mad, and
I
so
did that with Hulu.
I
I
saw
did
like
that
a
with,
little
yeah.
part.
When they were giving Jimmy Kimmel, I don't watch Jimmy Kimmel, but everybody, a lot of people love him. And
Mhm.
when Donald wanted to get rid of him, and Hulu was part of that group, I got rid of Hulu. And the lady was like, well, you've been a member for years. What's going on? I said, he lives in a White House.
Oh, I get it. I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He lives in a White House. Yeah. Wow.
Mhm.
So do you want to have two to come through and talk about anything at this point?
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, in these last few minutes.
Uh-huh.
I think it's going into like the cosmic parts of us, like the star story,
Mm,
the part that isn't quite solid. You know, we're just kind of the like stardust, almost as if it's the gold specks floating around that are a part of us and make us whole. And
mm,
so just thinking about that extra special sparkle that we have, this stardust, and closing your eyes and just really sending a lot of love, and to these sparkles of yourself.
mm,
Energize yourself. That maybe the fatigue will be a little bit lighter. The joint pain maybe a little bit lighter when we energize or help energize those little pieces and parts of us. And so the way I see it is an opening in the above the top of our head, and
mm,
calling in any extra sparkles in through there like a funnel. And if it's for your best and highest good, just see the top part of your head opening like it's like a flower petal. And however open it is, that's perfect for you. And it could even be um, sprinkling a little bit onto the flower petals for a later use. So seeing the sparkles and however that goes through you, and maybe through your feet and into the ground, just energizing above, below, here in the middle. A una eshnaka ta ana ya tiang ma eshnaka yewa. Atitana mako na eshnak yawa. Yana tanu toma paka eshna yewa. Uniana Ushna Kiana Ki Ititi Anamama Ushna Matuyana Nushna Yewa Ayeta Amatuta Ma Ushna Makiana Tiana Shawa Yewa. And in a beautiful way, they're sharing that just like the links of our lives, the chain links that we were talking about concerning 2-2, is that the things around us, the mountains once had a relationship with the water. The water had a relationship with the seed of the tree. Like all of these things had, in a way, like relations with. Like for instance, I was thinking of like the sparkles, and it's like, well, where did the sparkles come from? And that's when it was like, well, the mountains used to be the dust, and and it kept going on, and how like the tree is sturdy and strong, and then it falls over, and then it helps the earth and the earthworms and all the creepy crawlers, and it's just they're talking about how we are like life in a way is in balance when you think of it. And even when we're out of balance, like if there's a natural disaster or a storm that comes through, it's like that's all part of us. And the natural disasters can be a metaphor for like, the dark the dark night of your soul, if anyone's going through that right now. But what they're really saying is that this beautiful sparkle in you, that life force, that just makes you the most special you. Hang on a second. Seeing it as a healing part, like it's the honey and the just this beautiful golden flow inside of you as healing, just for yourself, is what they're saying. It's just so easy to be lost in relationships, in life, and this is just 2-2 is just saying, hey, let's look at the pieces of you, and really honoring that with no judgment, and just knowing that you have this like golden sparkle, you're glitter, and you're beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when they brought the gold, this dust in, the stardust, and the gold dust, I saw it spinning and weaving around in a spiral around the chain. And the chain took on like this beautiful glow. And it was as if it was saying, think about the sparkle, think about the stardust, think about the fact that you are all connected in this ever-ending spiral. Even if the spiral is sideways or up and down a chain, whatever it is, you're integrating the other and also remaining true to yourself and strengthening the relationship between each of the links on the chain.
I love that. They're showing me, as you speak, they play this little Aley movie for me. And it's like the chain links became like interlocking infinity.
Yeah.
And the golden dust kind of felt like the going around it felt like kind of like our cosmic DNA.
Yeah.
Around it. I loved that, Aley. Thank you for sharing.
Of course. Thank you for sharing Tutah with us today. It's always wonderful to hear from Tutah on 2-2. What better can you get? There's just an H at the end. That's it. So.
I totally get what somebody said before. I don't know if it was Richie, but somebody's like, yeah, you can never have too many Tutahs. And it was like,
Yeah. 2-2 to you.
That only took me an hour to get.
That's all right. That's all right. Yeah. Hi, Kelly. It's good to see you, and Leah. Thanks for coming in at the end. Yeah, we're happy to have you here, spending some time. So when you stop trying to purify relationships, it becomes more sacred. the energy of 2 is not asking you to be more loving. It's asking you to be more honest in your loving. So I love it. Richie says you got it. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. Wow. Well, this has been quite a conversation.
Yeah, I feel really like I feel like ginger ale, like a little effervescent, if that's the right word, or Sprite. I mean, I don't know, whatever you are, but I feel like lit up inside, and it kind of stopped the outside noise for me. Not, I mean, like how I create outside.
I know you weren't talking about your husband being outside, but it was a metaphor for it. Really, if you think about it, right? Yeah. She said, "Go outside because I need you to be quiet." And he goes outside and starts doing stuff in the yard. So, you know, you managed, whether or not that, I didn't hear it at all. So whether or not he continued doing it doesn't really matter. It caught you. It challenged you to look outside.
Yeah.
And oh my God, yeah, it was heartfelt, like from Tutah. Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed 2-2.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens on 3-3.
Yeah. So next month we'll be on JJ's channel, and I'll simulcast on mine. And I can't thank you all enough for spending some time with us today, and go out and take and enjoy the relationship you have with yourself. Yay. Walk yourself home, wherever that may be. And remember, you're part of the chain, the great big chain of how we're all connected. So you're welcome, everybody. Thank you, JJ.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.